Mate, where the hell are you? You're supposed to be getting ready. Do you know how hard it was getting reservations for this restaurant in Nagoya? Apparently it's the best in all of Japan. Food is amazing. I'm starving. And right now, I'd eat a dead dog. I don't care, seriously. Are you taking the mickey? You think you're coming with me to that restaurant dressed in an all-in-one lycra onesie? Seriously, man, I've been waiting all this time for you to put that on with Ugg boots, and what have you got down there? That's not your package. That's definitely a pair of socks and a banana. Why would you do that? You ain't gonna get all the ladies with a banana down your pants. Seriously, mate.
Good evening, gentlemen. We interrupt this program for a special report. The end game is upon us. And now, you will see my true power. I hope you're not afraid of the dark.
Wow, this guy can turn all the lights off, but you know what, mate? This is pretty bad. Why? It won't be just the lights, it'll be the fridge as well. Seriously. First off, he kills all our friends, he makes our life hell. Now, he's killed our beer. That fridge is full of beer, it's all going to go warm. Seriously, it's evil knows no bounds. Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 16 of The Road to Anywhere. As always, thanks for joining me, it's massively appreciated. Luckily, we've managed to get a backup generator on and get the power back on. I don't know what I was going to do, but we're here, so it's fine. So make sure you support me and the series by hitting a thumbs up, give on the comments, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell, and you'll never miss anything I do. Now, Japan, love it, and had this big plan last year, scouted the hell out of everything, right? Bit disappointed. A lot of the players I really wanted that I thought I could get, I couldn't get. Maybe it was financial, I just said no. But I've still done good business, and I think I did all right, really, because we were about 8 million in the red. I've got my notepad here again. I managed to recoup 17.8 and I've spent 9.9. A lot of that was on a couple of players, also, to be fair, outwards. Daniel, the midfielder, 4.5 million. Suarez, the left winger, 1.8 million. That's pure profit. And a few others, Suzuki, midfielder, 1.4. A striker, Omoto, for 2.2. So, and a few other little ones. And of course, I've raided the free market. And the squad I'm going to share with you quickly now isn't the squad that starts the season either, because something else happens, which I'll talk about in a bit. But I was excited. I felt like it was a good team that could do bits. Now, the bookies have put us in third, and we were only 3 points off the top last season. And I genuinely think we've got a good side here. Now, I may have brought in some players, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with fees. Signed a free player, which I was buzzing with. I did loan a player at some point, but promoted 1, 2, 3, 4 youth players that helped me out towards the end of last season to flesh it out, and they're good. Now, of course, we've got the league. I want to do well in that. We've got the 2 cups. I'd love to win one. We're in the Super Cup against Kawasaki. It's like the Community Shield, and of course we're in the Champions League, but the Champions League doesn't start till September. So it's just going to be the group campaign in this episode. But with all the business I did, I was pretty happy. I think I did a really good job to clear that 8 million in the red and spend some as well. And we've done some good deals, man. So I'm going to go through the squad as quick as I can because I've got tons to get through. Possible double live com. So we've got a 27-man squad, and certain youth players don't have to be in it, but I wanted them in it. I want them to feel part of this 27-man squad. So I've got 3 goalkeepers in preparation. And we've promoted Kanda, who's decent, loads of promise. We have Mr. Masuka, who was my goalkeeper last year, and we've signed Kubo, who is brilliant, for 1.5 going up to 4. He was transfer listed by request. I am buzzing with this one. At left back, we've still got Kumzawawa, whatever his name is. He's unhappy because he wants a new deal. There's a few of them, and I have an issue with that later. And we've signed Yashuda. I think it's pretty good. He was all right. I mean, he'll blow you away for 1.3 million. Right back, I wasn't really able to do anything. We've got Otomori still, who's okay. And here's the other one, Ezawa. Reminds me of Ezra. Star Wars Rebels. So centre halves, I've got 5, and again, I've promoted someone, Umeda, who looks really good. Give him some game time. He's going to be a baller, isn't he? Well happy. And I've got an idea about some of these young players. I'll tell you about in a minute. Backups, Kawakami still here, and Tanaka, who is still here. And we have Fabreo, obviously the Brazilian, a bit unhappy. Flamengo coming for him. Flamengo coming for a few of my players. They bought Daniel. They wanted him. They try and sign the other midfielder, Carrera. They're dead rich, aren't they, Flamengo in this game? And then we've got a new boy who's injured straight away. 2 million going up to 2.8. 5 central midfielders, pretty much. Backup guys here last year. The squad fillers, Sakuma and Yoshida. Of course, we've got Kane, who's just kicked on, I think. Looks really good. Look at his passing and technique. He's here from last year. Of course, Carrera, who can play behind the striker. He's all right at the minute. He didn't mind it at the start of the season when I turned down Flamengo. It's later on he gets annoyed. And I've got a new guy, right, Mr. Abad, who's Bosnian, taking up a foreigner spot, who only costs 2.7 straight flat out fee from Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, he's not a Paris Saint-Germain player, but it'd be good for us. And the striker, technically, although Carrera will play there, we have Origuchi, great name, and Naka, who I think is a good player, to be fair. It looks good. On the left, we've kept Okamori, because he did well for me. He's just a decent player. And the reason I accepted the Suarez bid, even though it was only 1.8 pure profit, was because this guy had been released by Kashiba, the good team. Why? I mean, he gets a couple of injuries, but he's good for free. On the right-hand side, no change. We've still got Mr. F.U. Amori. Great name. And, of course, Jimenez. Now, up top, I took a bit of a gamble only because of what I saw in these kids at the end of last season. And there was a free Japanese striker who was pretty good. I decided not to sign him and use my finances elsewhere and give chances to 2 kids. So we're going with 3 strikers. Right, Nagata scored a couple at the end of last year, 5-star potential, and we've got Hirate, who's just turned 17, again 5-star potential. I'm going to try and push them, and I was hoping that the number 1 striker in the league last year, Ishii, it'd be fine, but he's unhappy, right? But at this moment in time, you'll see, he wants a new contract. Fair enough. It's a silly contract. We can't come to a deal. He spits his dummy out, requests a transfer, and he's shipped off in about a week. I kind of have a theory. I'd love to know what you think. But we have a reserve team here, and we used to have that in the Premier League. We have a reserve team and then a youth team. And you can set it so the players, if they're not playing or they're not fit, the managers down there will pull them down and give them game time. It keeps your squad better. And it's really worked, I think, for me this year. But guys can come up and play for you, and they're still going down and playing, and they're playing at a good level. I've got all the best players in the reserves, proper reserve league. And because I've actually made an effort this year, not just with my staff like I always do, but with the reserve staff and with the under-18 staff, they seem to be fleshing out more. I don't know if it's a combination of the staff and game time and the level they're playing at. These guys, you have loads of 5-star potentials, don't you? I've had loads, but they never really progress. You're giving them a couple of games and they're playing for the under-21s. These guys are. I'm really happy with it. So for now, I just played 3 friendlies. Again, I let the assistant do that. I had a lot going on. Just 3 friendlies, and we're about to play the Super Cup. But like I said, we've got loads to get through in this episode, and I want to get it all in. So let's jump forward to the 24th of March, where I got an offer of an interview with Napoli. This would have been cool, wouldn't it? I like the idea of Napoli. I love playing in the Serie A and B in Italy. What I didn't turn down was a 2.78 million I got for Ishii from Kobe after all that kicked off. Another kind of a rival, but I wanted that money. Because we kind of maybe started to dip towards the red again. Now, I didn't spend it on a player because I'd noticed earlier, but wasn't going to go for him, a player in Germany, Japanese, young, who tore it up in Bayern 2 last year, up for loan and wanted to come. So I tried to play it clever, and we've loaned in Schumann, who got injured straight away. But he scored 5 in 4 before he got injured, and he's a good player. on loan. Now we're actually going to jump properly back in July. You can see where we are in the league, which I'm buzzing with. I get loads of offers this year for jobs. And these are just the couple I've shared with you, Napoli and Freiburg. You know, big clubs-ish, bigger than what we are in the big leagues. Some of them are tempting, I'll be honest with you, but I'm not. I'm sticking it out here in Japan. I wanted to get here for so long that we're sticking it out until we do something special. Now it's the 11th of July, and I will say something. It's a good job I didn't spend the Ishii money, because they decided to improve the youth facilities and spent 2 million on it, which will be completed in a month's time from now, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that, because I think the training facilities were better, and they got downgraded, and they won't touch them. Is what it is. We need more money really to properly kick this club on, but we're doing well. As you can see, if you look at the top, I'm absolutely bossing it. We are absolutely bossing this league. Like a brilliant team. Wait, they're better than I thought. I thought we'd be competing again and had a chance. Did I think by July I'd be 14 points clear? Nope. I mean, things started well, because we beat the champions 3-0 in the Super Cup. Decent game, to be fair, but we just banged them in. Look at that. Then the league started slow, and I'm thinking, oh god, couple of draws against decent teams, you know what I mean? But fine. And then look at that for a stretch. And then we did get beat off the champions. Fair enough. And then we drew. And then we just won. And we kept on winning, and we just kept on winning. It was just such a smooth thing to get through. And it took any effort, I'll be honest with you. We drew with them though, and my last game is what it is. We lost, but we're 14 points bloody clear. And I'll try and find it now, because I can't remember exactly where it was, and see if I can find something for you. Yeah, let's get to it. Right, I'm back. Right, so there was a period in that run where the players were starting to get tired. Obviously, we've got all the cup games as well, and had a few injuries. And I played these 3 teams on the run: Okayama, Guma, I think it is, and Iwata, who were all down near the bottom. And I gambled with a game and B-teamed it. And then B-teamed it, and then B-teamed it. And that 3-game period, we came out of it giving guys games, winning games, and letting all my top dogs get fresh. I'm like, this is bloody brilliant. Honestly, I'm loving it. The thing I didn't notice last time is the number 12 shirt's retired for the fans. I didn't notice that last time. I think I might have just autoed numbers, where a lot of the time, like this season, I like to issue them out where I want. But anyway, this is the squad arranged by average rating. I see Tuman there. Great player, isn't he? On loan. Buzzing. Hirati played 12-9 subs, 10 goals for that 17-year-old. How good is that? I mean, next season, if I can't sign Tuman or I can't re-loan Tuman, I think I could probably go with the 2 kids and they'd be okay. Really, honestly. But yeah, fine. I mean, a couple of the other lads, like Kanda, the keeper's only maybe played a couple of games. Umeda has played a few, the centre-half. But I mean, that core of the team, like Jimenez on the right, he wants a new contract. I'm sure I saw that out. He's wanted by Colm at the moment. I'm sure it's Flamengo that come in for him, you know. But I can't even now see us not winning that league. Now it's the 19th of September and the Champions League is about to start finally, right? And I got looking at the history and realised, you know, Kawasaki got to the final, they lost it. That's the last one. But you know, Japanese teams have got there quite a few times over the years. I was talking to the real Greeno, who's a really nice bloke, who is alive, and he reminded me that it's kind of split into East and West. So these are all the groups, as you can see. If we go down, we'll find ours eventually. Ho Chi Minh City, we've got Port, and we've got Sydney FC in our group. But if we go here, look, you've got West and East. So yeah, Ho Chi Minh City are from Vietnam, Port FC are from Thailand, and Sydney FC, G'day mate, are from Australia, as we all know. So 6 games, can I get through it? I was hoping I could coast through it. It's not perfect, but one of the games was mental. We've now jumped forward to the 3rd November, and I'm only halfway through the group, but we have to jump in here, and you'll see why in a minute. But my first game started pretty well, really. 10-0, then 5-0. But then we come up against the Australians, and they beat us, so that could be a toughie. So he's got to go away to Sydney later. By the 3rd of November, with games left to play in the league, we'd won the league. Look at that. I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. But it went for me in this really competitive league last year, and obviously I've just tweaked a few things, and we're just a better team, we're better organised, we've got better staff than everyone at every level. But did I think we'd do it by that much? I mean, that's bonkers, really. Because we again have got ourselves to the Emperor's Cup final and genuinely B-teamed it. B-teamed it all the way to the semi. But we played them, obviously they're a great team, and we only just got through on penalties. And I've got Yamagata in the final, who are in the J2 League. Could only play who's in front of me. And we got to the J League final as well, and I beat that all the way up to the quarters, and then went for it. I've really been able to rotate in the league, in the cups, not in the Champions League yet, but wow. Used the whole squad as best I could. Obviously some players more than others, but we're on course for domestic treble here, and I think we've got a great chance of doing it. I mean, Tosu are a bit better than our Emperor's Cup final team. I mean, this is kind of like the League Cup, I see it as the least important one when it comes to reputation. But they're in the good side, anything can happen. And here's the squad quickly. Arranged by average rating, you can see some of the absolute ballers. Look at that, 33 goals from midfield. 33 goals from midfield. It's insane. Truman, 27 goals. I mean, wow. Hirati, the kid, 14. Proper happy, like really happy. Appearances, these are the guys that have been doing it for me the most. If I switch it, you know, not gonna have as many, but I still think I've given a lot of these lower tier players a lot of games, a lot of sub appearances. I've really tried this season, and it's paid off big time. I've not been able to pick my 100% team. Canny, who I wanted to start, he just couldn't make it. A couple of them, a Carrera and a Bad, are still a little bit nah. Naka's going to come into the team, but apart from that, it's okay. Tanaka maybe at defence. I've got Maeda at right back. You know, you have to make choices. But I've tried to put the best team possible for this final because I've got a plan. Now, that plan will depend on us winning this. If we win this, because my B team players have done so much for me in the Cups and the League this season, and I know it's the Emperor's Cup final, but we're playing a second division team, I'm thinking of giving all them a cup final and really mixing it up a bit. Do you know what I mean? I feel like they deserve it. Like, you know, you get these B teams that get you all the way to quarters and semis, and then you say, see ya, and you go to your top dogs to try and win it. So if we win this, if we don't win this, I'm going to be going for the Emperor's Cup because, you know, trophies. Simple, innit? But we'll see. It could work out great. And then we've got to try and finish off this Champions League, which I'm a bit gutted about. We're not going to be in a Champions League final in this episode, but there you go, Jimenez. So yeah, we are approaching the end of the series. I feel the ending coming. I just don't know when or how. I'm just preparing everyone for it, and myself. This could be my last team. It might not be my last team. I'm going to see. I'm going to see. But I genuinely love it in Japan. Absolutely love it. I just wish we could get a bit of investment. If I had like 20, 30 million, I'd be buzzing, because I've done the usual at times. I'm nosy. So, you know, I'll make a save file. I'll take over a couple of the top teams just to see what kind of money they've got. And then I'll scrap that save file and go back to my normal one, and it's 1-1. Fair play, Tosu. Check and goal review. Disallowed. You know, teams like Kashima and Kawasaki or whatever, they've got like 20, 30 mil in the bank. Well, why? Is that years and years they've been at the top, and this, you know, Nagoya have been more of a mid-level team for a while? I don't know. I don't know, because I'd have to sell someone again, but I think I could do that. Got some good young players here. I could probably sell Fabreo to Flamengo and stuff like that and still be okay. Oh, go on, Truman. Right, come on, boys. Let's kill this game off. Here we go, Jimenez, cracking little player. Finds Naka, who wasn't going to start, has started and has scored. Played some great stuff this year, you know. Here's Fujiwara. Come on, lad. He's a freebie, isn't he? Yeah. Free? And he's still at a great age. And he did get a couple of niggles at one point. I'm thinking, is this why? But it's turned out all right. Right, come on, boys. Long highlight. Are we going to get any payoff for it? Naka. Go on, Naka. So it's half time in the first cup final, and it's 2-0. Can we just coast it now, please? As always, thanks for not going missing. Like I said, the views have dropped off, and that's kind of part of why I'm going to start winding the series down. I've got a few story ideas. So has Greeno, to be fair. He wrote one last year that was really good. I think he's writing a couple this year. He just really enjoys that creative part of it. And one of them's quite clever, really. It's different to anything I've done. Oh, back in it. So I think I'm going to do that for a bit, because obviously I love playing the game, but I've, I've gone a few series now back to back, and I do play it hard and fast, full seasons. And as much as I love it, sometimes it's good to just have a break of playing. And when I do stories, I can do the creative stuff that I love. But I'm not playing the game. You're just simulating it for the story, aren't you? It's like a bit of a break for me. We'll see. But yeah, I think I might get back into the stories. Go on, Tuman. All right, it's Jimenez cutting inside. Played pretty well up to this point here, this build-up, and he's been taken down in the box. He won the penalty. Can he score the penalty? No. Right, they're coming out as here. This is the same highlight from the penalty miss. And we passed it around in our half for about an hour then. I didn't know what was going on. Big bound changes coming in. It's not been the Tuman show today, has it? So Hirati's coming on. Made 5 changes. Fabreo's coming on. Otomori at left back. Kane is coming on. He won't 100%, but he should be able to see the game out. FU Mori has come on the left, and Hirati. As like I said, I think I've already said Hirati. On a ball at the death. Come on. Bit of magic. Bit of Nagoya magic. Is a bad. Lost it in. FU Amore. Nope. Right, come on, FU. Go on. Awesome, totally awesome. Don't think I've got any substitutions left. Can I put him back on? No. Going in extra time. Can I put a sub on now? Do we get an extra time sub, hopefully? No, we don't. So I've had to go strikerless and put players out of position. Brilliant. Can't win them all, eh? Oh, but this could do it for us, like a set piece. Go on, Abad. Go on, kid. He's trying to be clever. Gonna get the ball back. Edge at box, pings it out to Nakagawa. Go on, Nakagawa! Bit of an attempted Japanese accent. Pops out then. You can't do that anymore, can you? You get called... You're not allowed to do accents. Can't do a French one, can you? Apparently. Come on, boys, hold on. 10 man. 10 men. Warriors, we can hold on. No, we can't. I know, 5 subs, doing a lot in one go, it's always a gamble. Sometimes it pays off. That's what gambling is all about. That's why I don't do it in real life. Oh God, here we go. Collapsing here, aren't we? And they're getting a penalty, aren't they? Oh, you know what? A perfect season, get to this point, and it all goes tits up. That's why you got to love Football Manager, innit? Well, fair play to them. I mean, I made some mistakes, putting 5 on. We've got an injury, which is bad luck. Got a bit cocky, thinking I was going to walk this and then I'll be seeing the Emperor's Cup, which I'm not going to do now. We're going to go for that. I want some silverware. So disappointment all around, really. It would have been nice to win a cup, but it is what it is. So I've got a few games to play. I'm going to put the kettle on, get through these 3 Champions League games, the last few league games, and we'll get to that Emperor's Cup final. Hopefully beat a J2 team. Right, so it's the 1st of Jan, it's Emperor Cup time. And of course, we won the league in absolute style with a midfielder being the leading goal scorer, the best player as well. Not a bad kid. What a player. Now to save time, let's look at everything together. So we had a bit of cup blues, and this was bad, I think. We should have been beating them at home, and it got me worried, especially because we've been beating off Sydney earlier at home. But the last 3 games in the league wraps it up in style. Battered them again. So it's at 17-0 over 2 games for Ho Chi Minh. But this game was huge, which means both us and Sydney qualify. And in episode 17, hopefully we can go on a good Champions League run, because I'd love that. And is this how it works? Because this seems a bit wrong. But we've drawn Sydney in the next round. But you normally miss the teams you've been in the group with. So welcome back to the Japan National Stadium. Hopefully it's a bit better for us this time. It's us that's winning the trophy. We should be beating these. The way we've romped the league, it'd be a massive upset, but anything can happen in the cup. I mean, it would have been nice to do domestic treble just to clean up every second season, but it's been a very successful season. And I realised I made a late signing with Abad. About 3 million. Donker. He's an African right back. He's okay. He's one of my foreigners, and I forgot to show him you. I'll try and remember. But yeah, I've properly enjoyed this year. It's been really fun. It's obviously bank holiday weekend now, so once I've got this wrapped up, I can get to work on episode 17, playing through the season, and should get through that pretty quick. There he is, Donker. Christian Donker was transfer listed at Parma, where he's been for years. And I know his star rating ain't great. I quite liked him. Anyway, right, come on. Let's get a goal. Let's calm my nerves. Because I'm a bit panicky here. He's so good in the league. I'm well excited for the Champions League. It's just so frustrating that it's mixed up like that. Right, here he is, the main man, the leading goal scorer. Beautiful ball through to Truman. Come on, is it going to be the Truman show? No, it's not. Right, here he is, Donker to FU. Back to Donker to Carrera. He's just a baller in this league. Donker gives it away, you plonker. Right, come on. Nakagawa, one of my new boys. Could end up paying 2.8 million for him. Bargain, really. He started out injured, didn't he, at the start of the season, but he's a good player. He can play all over defence as well. We've got a lot of that in this team, to be fair. Flexible players who could play in different positions. Right, Fabreo. Can he? Go on. Get used to some of these names. Sort of. Nakagawa. But it is really hard, even in your mind, to not put on a Japanese accent. I've got to try my best to not do it on here. Right. Oh, go on. All eyes on him. It is the Truman Show. Donker, the plonker to, oh, bad. He finds Canny, who is he's a good little player. To FU. FU going to score this time. He does. Runs off to the crowd like that. Technically it means F off, but it kind of means, the best one. That, innit? I mean, America's not that one, and I quite like it, but you'll never beat that one. So there's been a bit of an upheaval at work. Of course, I'm a bus driver. I work for Stagecoach, and we have run South Manchester now for 30 years, but our mayor of Manchester has taken over the buses. He's bought all the depots back using council money, taxpayers' money, and this whole new process called the Beeline Network will connect the buses and the trams and everything together. So you can get one ticket and all that. It's great. Cheap fares, more buses, all paid for by you, right? The taxpayer, which it wasn't before. So we've all had to bid for depots, franchising. And in South Manchester, we had Stockport Mine, Hyde Road in Manchester, Sharsden and Wivenshaw, and Ashton. We've only won mine. We've lost all the others. We've gained some in North Manchester, but that's miles away. So the only state, I'm lucky, because basically if we'd have lost our depot and another company had took it over, I'd have to switch to this other company, which would just be weird. Luckily, my depot has survived. So I'm Stagecoach for life. For now, and Truman, get in, lad. All the buses are going to be turned yellow. So in London, you've got all the red buses. Up here, every bus, no matter what company, it's going to be a yellow bus with a B on it. I think I've got to get a new uniform at some point. No more Stagecoach. It'll all be the B line, which it looks all right. I've seen the guys in Wigan, they're already on the B line. Wear black with a B on it. Everything's about black and yellow and Bs. Which is like Denton Villa. Do you remember the old series, Denton Villa? Like that, innit? Anyway, they're bad. Yeah, the worker bee. If you don't know, it's the symbol of Manchester. The worker bee, black and yellow. That's why we should have a football team that's black and yellow, which is very annoying that we don't. You know what I mean? I love that Denton Villa series. I'd love to do a custom series, but I don't think anyone's interested. I don't think anyone's interested in series anymore. Not the majority of people, I'll be honest with you. Oh, it is definitely the Truman Show, innit? Oh, no, referee. Don't like that. Although he does like it, and we love you too, ref. Well, there you go. I'm proud of that, because it's a great trophy, and it's basically a domestic double, but, also we should be winning that, because they're a team in the lower division, and we've romped away with the top flight league, and the other cup final, I'm disappointed with that. The J-League final. Really am. So, as always, thanks for joining me. Make sure you do the good stuff. I'm not going missing. You come back for the next one, which is going to be huge. Smash the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell, and you'll never miss anything I do. Right then, the CCPO, been a bit random. He's asked me to meet him in the basement of our apartment block. I mean, what does he want me to do? Put some washing on for him? I have no idea. But I'm going to head down there and see what the crazy bastard is up to. Right, mate, I knew we had a basement in this apartment complex. I thought it was where people came to do the laundry. What I didn't realise was you'd built some strange little lab down here. I mean, what the hell is this place? And why is there blood on that seat? Actually, I don't want to know why. What I do want to know is, why am I here? Okay, so you recorded the Shadow's voice off the TV. So what? You've decoded his voice. What? You've heard the Shadow's real voice? interesting. Can I hear it? Why is it going to upset me? Seriously, how do I play it? What? This button?
Good evening, gentlemen. We interrupt this program for a special report. The endgame is upon us, and now you will see my true power. I hope you're not afraid of the dark.
That's CP. Listen, mate. I love that guy. No way, CP the Shadow. I'm not having that. I know you've been saying it all along. Oh, mate, if this is true. Wow. We really are in trouble.